Today on Heavy Metal Frequency, I'm reviewing one of my favorite albums ever. This is Ram-zet's Intra, their 2005 album, their third album. It's the last part of a trilogy of albums it's a concept album, or concept series pretty much, about a schizophrenic mental patient who's trying to escape a treatment facility and a nurse that's trying to help him. And so Ram-zet, named after their vocalist's, a modification of their vocalist's last name, Henning Ram-zet, and his wife Sphinx, is a fascinating six-piece avant-garde black metal band. It's much more complicated than that, but give me 1 second. So it's a vocalist and guitarist, a bassist, a violinist, a keyboardist, a drummer, and a female vocalist, a twin vocalist band. They do Beauty and the Beast style vocals, so to speak, where it's a light vocalist and a harder vocalist. In this case, basically black metal. You might not think that Zet's vocals are black metal. They pretty much are. Give it a second. So they're an incredibly original take on what's called avant-garde black metal, and so it's non-linear black metal. In this case, it's more counterpoint, so the violinist does a lot of them. The violinist and keyboardist do a lot of the melodic parts, and then a lot of the other stuff is filled in by the drumming is excellent. The bassist does some funk riffs. It's really, really cool. Sphinx hits some opera notes every now and then, so it has a very slight, legitimate opera touch. The keyboardist fills in some space, has some atmospheric elements, not necessarily atmospheric black metal, but atmospheric in general. The violinist adds a pure traditional classical element to it. And some of their other albums have, Escape is very violin heavy. It's stunning. And Sarita, I think that's her name, is the violinist, and she's worked with Ison after this. She was with Ram-zet for 4 albums, and she was dismissed or whatever after Neutralized in 2009, I'm pretty sure. And so with this album, this is an astoundingly fascinating album. You should definitely buy this. Ram-zet's one of my favorite bands ever. I've bought 2 copies of this. This is my hard copy that I got recently, and I had an iTunes copy of this. This is one of my college playlists for ever albums. I love this. Zet is an incredibly creative and original guitarist, and just listen to it and really pour over it with how astounding this is. And I could go on and on and on, but I only have 2 minutes and some change left, so let me fill in some gaps here. So the second track, Enchanted, has one of my favorite riffs ever. The main theme is just stunning. Zet has all kinds of really cool stuff on here, some pseudo, groove metal thrash stuff. He flawlessly switches genres. There's some thrash, some groove metal, some slight touches of doom metal. If you use a little bit of doom goes a long way. If you do some slight dirgy elements here and there, it adds a lot of texture to this, to any kind of genre. Their bassist has a proclivity for funk. No, seriously. And so there are some funk touches on here that are really nice, some funk bass parts. There's all kinds of stunning stuff on here. The violins add a lot, the counterpoint between the violin and the guitar. And so the violin takes a lot of the top end space, and the guitar takes a lot of other stuff, and then the drums and the bass do a lot of really heavy low end. The keyboards on this add a lot. Back to Enchanted, one of my favorite riffs ever, and then has this weird not really a breakdown, but has this weird thrash guitar part that's incredibly cool. It has a couple of thrash guitar parts that are really, really awesome, and they're all within the same song. It's amazing. It's fantastic. And so they do a lot of really cool stuff like this throughout the album. There's at the end of the album, on the last song, Closing a Memory, they have some scale runs that are brilliant and astounding. There's some opera notes from Sphinx that are excellent, and she hits higher stuff on one of their other albums, Neutralized, but still, there's some symphonic metal elements. That's something I forgot to mention, and you could look at this as some degree of art rock as well, because it's like art for the sake of art as well, like liberal arts degree, whatever. And so this is an amazing album. I'm about to run out of time. Please pick up a copy of this. Please like and subscribe. I love this album, and I feel like I'm about to run out of time, and I've barely scratched the surface with just how ineffably incredible Ram-zet is. So thank you, and please have a good night. I'm trying to outstrip my own runtime, and I'm going to bounce now. Thank you.